So you're after the mods that are currently known to be in the Afterlife SMP. This list of mods is not officially confirmed, but it is everything that has been shown / appeared in any videos on the Afterlife SMP server. That does mean that this isn't going to be a completely full list, because there will be some mods that we'll never get to see, such as many different optimization mods and other things along those lines, but these are the ones that are well known to be within it based upon what's been spotted in videos. Let's get started. The first mod that we know is currently in the Afterlife SMP is the mod known as the Better Animals Plus mod. Now this mod is basically just a mod that seeks to bring to new life and creatures to your worlds with all a unique flair and aesthetic compared to other mods in the same category. Essentially speaking, it's just a massive mob adding mod. The next two are pretty much in the same boat as each other. You first got the Better End, which is basically just a whole entirely new revamped end dimension. This one was probably already known by most people, mainly because it's very obvious, this mod, because it does so many changes. As you can see here, it does so much drastic changes, new end biomes, and new this, it does a lot. We've also got the Better Never, which is again by the same developer. It does precisely the exact same thing as the Better End mod, just instead of it doing it for the end dimension, it does the revamp with the actual Never. As I said, this one was pretty obvious to find out, because it literally re-enhances a lot of biomes and stuff along those lines that are pretty obvious. Next mod, which is very small overall, is just called Chat Heads. All it does is just basically add the skins of the current player who's talking next to their name in chat, so it's a little bit more obvious to know who it is. It's really not too much of a big thing, but it's very nice anyhow. Next we have Chipped. Chipped is just a massive mod that has thousands upon thousands of different variations for a majority of the blocks that don't really have any variations. In total, there's around 2,000 unique building blocks, from stained glass variations all the way to concrete, prismarine, and even gilded blackstone. Next, we have decorative blocks. It's kind of underneath the same thing, just adding a collection of different decorative type of blocks, such as bonfires, thrashes, which is fluid from cutting open a hay bale with shears, remove with hose, lasers. Like, it just adds in a bunch of decorative type of things. Like, as you can see here, it's like a bit of fences, new blocks types, new fire types, hay bale piles, just to add a little bit more niceties to your farms and stuff along those lines. It's just a really decent mod for more decoration abilities. Next we have Easy Emerald Tools and More, which is basically just a mod that adds in basic tools and armor made from emeralds, ruby, amethyst, obsidian, copper, and steel. Stats within vanilla bounds and below diamond. Works within existing worlds since the mod does not add any new ores. Next mod is Enhanced Celestials, which is a blood, blue, and harvest super moons, which it just aims to improve the overall environment of the night by adding lunar events. Basically, a blood moon, for example, cranks up monster spawn cap, as well as preventing the player from sleeping, meaning you can't actually skip over the night, you have to deal with it. Harvest Moon just cranks up both the crop growth rate and the crop drop rate. Again, something you don't want to sleep through, because it increases the growth of all your crops and things along those lines, which you definitely want. And then Blue Moon, which just gives you a luck effect and increases the quality of loot in vanilla loot tables, meaning this is the perfect time to open up dungeon chests, like any loot chests of anything, or to do some fishing, as you're more likely to get better stuff because your luck is increased. Next no mod is Extra Origins. This one's pretty painstakingly obvious, because it just comes with 4 new origins of Florin, Truffle, Inchling, and Pigling, which I'm pretty sure most of these have been used by now, I think. Next mod of choice is the Fabric Waystones. This one just adds in those cool little waystones that allow you to teleport from place to place very easily, making it really easy to do some quiet, massive travels in a short amount of time. All it requires is just a certain amount of XP levels depending on the distance needed to travel. Next mod of choice is the Medieval's Weapons mod. This just adds in a collection of cool medieval basic weapons, which overall, the only reason why this mod would have been added in the first place is it's a requirement for the vampire origin that they use in the server. Next one is the Mob Origins mod. Again, just another origin expansion mod that adds in a collection of origins. I've made a video on this one as well if you want to know more about it. Next we have the Mod Menu, which is just a nice client-side mod that just allows you to organize all of your mods into a nice menu-based interface. It also allows you to easily customize any of the settings on a lot of them, because a lot of them have settings that you can't really do much with in the default settings menu, so you do need this for a few different mods. The next mod of choice is the More Axolotl mods, which is as in a collection of new axolotls and different designs, different variations. There are a huge collection of them, as well as it allows for some potential crossbreeding that makes it so that you can cross the colors of multiple different type of axolotls, as you can see with this image on screen here. Next mod we have is the Not Enough Animations mod. This just adds in a lot of missing third-person animations from the first person, or modifies them to be better representatives of how they should look or look like in first person. That grammar caught me for a moment there. As you can see, it just adds in a few cool little animations, map reading, like it really makes it so it states the animation a lot more. Next is the most obvious mod in the world for this server, is the Origins mod. It's kind of required for the main gimmick of this server, so you knew that one already. The next mod we have is the Origins Umbrella mod, which is an add-on mod for the Origins mod that just allows you to create umbrellas, which is very useful for the type of mobs that get damaged by rain or sunlight. It just makes them become immune to those little effects. Next we have Penaku, which is essentially just a library mod that's used by the extra Origins mod, as well as a bunch of other Origins. This is basically what's responsible for allowing the different variations in player sizes. But this also allows you to change the sizes of many different entities, either enlarging them or shrinking them using just simple commands. So it isn't just a library API mod for other mods, it's also just a really cool mod within and of itself. Again, another mod that is pretty obviously to be known in this, you've got roughly enough items, which is just so you can see the mod libraries, like your item library, easily get crafting recipes of mod items and so many things on those lines. Pretty much a highly necessary mod whenever you play with any form of mods that add in a bunch of blocks. Next we have the simple backpack mod, which just adds in those very simple backpacks that can be customized, that have different various sizes, as well as a void pack, which just allows you to instantly trash things. The next mod, which would be painlessly obvious because it's one that we've been told is definitely in there, is the Terralift mod, because it just allows you to fundamentally overhaul the overworld with new biomes and caves without adding any new blocks. Next we have the Twigs mod. The Twigs mod is a Minecraft mod all about building a new interesting materials, as well as new renditions of vanilla blocks. So it's just another one of those block variation mods. It just adds in some new interesting blocks that just take advantage of what's already provided in vanilla. Next we have Visuality. Visuality is a simple client-side cosmetic mod that adds a bunch of new particles such as crystal sparkles, particles on mob hitting, custom particles for slimes, environmental particles to your Minecraft world, so on and so forth. It just, as you can see on screen here with these GIFs, just adds in nice little particle effects that just give a little bit more of an atmosphere to Minecraft. Not entirely necessary, but it's very neat overall. Then we also have the Zaro's minimap mod, which is how they get the minimap on their world. There's really not too much more to add to that. Then there's also the world map, which is its own standalone mod, which just adds in the massive world map that you might see as well. If you want to know how I got all of the knowledge of all these mods, it's actually found in the Afterlife SMP wiki. A lot of the people in the community have taken through the effort to find every single mod that ever shows up in anyone's videos, as well as they've managed to successfully collect all the known origins that are data packs as well to the world. Essentially speaking, like let's say the Burb origin here, like you click this Burb link, it will take you directly to the Discord channel, the Origins Discord server, directly to the channel and the message where the Burb origin in choice is, making it super duper easy to get to the mod. As well as we've got at least the More Mob Heads mob from Vanilla Tweaks as well, which is known. There might be some of the other ones in here as well that you may or may not know about. And hey, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button and click this video on screen now and talk about more Afterlife SMP content. Why to remake this video? Because the last one was crap. Bye bye!